Now, with over 40 million MSMEs existing in the country, employing over 80% of the country's population and contributing about 50% of the country's gross domestic product. This worrisome development brought it up on our flagship show, Business Nigeria, where the chief economist and partner at SPM Professionals, Mr. Paul Alaje, wants government to support manufacturing and MSME space with capacity to add value to products originating from the country. Take a listen.
Manufacturing, China, India, go to North America, where you have US and Canada. US take the largest population, you know, significantly higher than Nigeria's population. But what are they doing? Technology and manufacturing. They are not focused just on agriculture, but come to Nigeria. For 8 years, even not for 8 years, I've been following this economy for about 27 years now. And government in and now have made it, they painted it to us that without agriculture, we cannot succeed. Yeah, partially correct, but it's not complete truth. But you see, whatever you produce in agriculture, your farm output must significantly be processed by you, because that's where you add value.
Adding value.
So if we produce cocoa, the question is, who is turning it to chocolate for us?
We take it abroad.
We need you to stand up because we believe in you. That's why all African leaders, we always revolve around us. And I can tell you that we have the potential. Our production possibility is high, but the real implementation of Nigeria is, and I think Nigeria, for the first time, we saw two policies back to back. Nigeria did not protest. Labour even went on one-day protest.
Oh, you.
So what does it mean? Nigeria have gotten to a point where they say, we have the population, we have a government who is currently enjoying honeymoon. Government, we want this honeymoon to lead to a conception. What does that mean? We want to give birth to a new Nigeria, where food affordability is no longer an issue, where out-of-school children will crash from 12 million people to about 2 million people, while unemployment projected by what's it called now? By, National Bureau of Statistics, 33.3%. Yes.
Paul Alaje there speaking on expectations by small businesses and manufacturers are moving on. And now the Asian shares market were mostly weaker today, but the dollar stood higher as investors digested weaker Chinese trade data ahead of key inflation readings from China and the United States due later this week. Now, MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan was down 0.7%, with U.S. stock futures S&P 500 E-minis were down 0.21%. In early European trades, pan-region Euro stock 50 futures were down 0.11%. German DAX futures were down 0.08%. FTSE futures down 0.13%. Hong Kong Hang Seng Index started to recover some grounds lost earlier in the day, but was still down 1.26% after opening 1.73% in the red. Sentiments rebounded in China as blue chip CSR 300 Index turned positive to be up 0.07% after initially shedding 0.54%. Australian shares were up 0.15%. Japan's Nikkei stock index rose 0.29%. All right, some business stories. The Debt Management Office has opened offers for subscription of 2 years and 3 years tenure of federal government and Nigerian bonds. This disclosure was made on the DMO's website. The bonds are due in August 26, 2025 for the 2-year period. 2-year bonds with interest rate of 9.63% on August 16, 2026, and for the 3-year bonds with an interest rate of 10.63% according to DMO. The offer of subscription will last for 4 days between 7th and 11th August 2023 with 1,000 naira per unit subject to minimum subscription of 5,000 naira in multiples of 1,000 naira and a maximum subscription of 50,000 naira. And let's tell you that indications have emerged that the relatively high interest rates pervading the financial market in the last 6 months has triggered higher investments in the federal government securities by pension fund administrators. Data from the National Pension Commission shows that the investment in FG securities went up 20.6% year-on-year to 10.86 trillion naira in the first half of 2023 from 9.01 trillion naira in the corresponding period of 2022. The securities includes FG's bonds, treasury bills, agency bonds, and green bonds. Meanwhile, analysis shows that green bonds recovered the highest growth of 40.3%. That's to 96.72 billion naira in H1 2023 from 68.9 billion naira in H1 of 2022.